Hey beautiful, welcome back to my tarot channel. If this is your first time here, I'm Roya. I'm an intuitive tarot and oracle reader. Now my dear, hope you're having an amazing day and everything is going fine with you. If today's not the best day, I'm sending you tons and tons and tons of positive energy, and I hope everything will be well soon. Now guys, today I'm back with another pick a card reading, and today's pick a card reading is all about who will you marry, who's your future spouse. Now, I haven't recorded this reading in such a long time, and I thought let's do it today. Now, my dear, this is also gonna be a candle wax reading, so I'm very excited for this as well. And as always, I have 3 piles you can choose from. So, this is pile 1 with the Empress card, this is pile 2 with the Lovers card, and this is pile 3 with the Sun card. As always, my dear, please feel free to pause the video, or you can also meditate on the cards if you feel like you need a little bit more time to choose. You will find all the timestamps in the description box, but of course also in the comments section. And as always, my dear, please keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not everything may resonate with you. But yeah, having said that, let's begin. Hey Palawan, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, who will you marry, who's your future spouse, what do you need to know about them? Now my dear, as always, I already meditated for you guys, so we can start with your candle wax reading. However, I would like to get you one oracle card before that. I really felt drawn to do it like this today. So I'm gonna use the archetype oracle deck, and yeah, I want one archetype for your future spouse, and then we will start with your candle wax reading. But let's see, for my dear pal one, can we please get one card? Which archetype represents your future spouse's energy? One, please. Let's see. I hope the card won't fall in the water bowl because that sometimes it has happened in the past. If you have seen my older videos in which I chose a card, they would fall in there sometimes. So, my dear, we have the father archetype. Okay, and it says talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. Interesting. Now, with the father archetype being here, the first thing I would like to say about your future spouse is that they're definitely very supportive of you. And I just said this, and I also heard dreams. So they may be very supportive when it comes to your dreams. My dear, maybe you have certain goals for yourself, you know, when it comes to your journey and where you want to head towards. Maybe, let's just say, like 5 years from now, you know, what you want to achieve till then, or maybe just certain life goals really that you are very passionate about. And the same time I've said these things, I got some discouraging energy coming through as well. So it could be the case that the people around you maybe have discouraged you at times when it comes to those dreams, when it comes to those goals that you have, and therefore it's going to be even more beautiful to have a spouse who supports you. I don't know why, but for some of you guys, they could even be the first person to have ever support you like that when it comes to your aspirations and stuff like that. So I can definitely say that their support is going to mean a lot to you. There's no doubt about that. Your future spouse is the kind of person who who sees value and potential in other people. And they're going to be very motivating when it comes to your potential as well, you know, even or especially at those days in which, you know, you may sometimes doubt yourself, you know, when you have a day in which you feel down and maybe you're lacking the energy, or you're a little bit critical when criticizing your abilities and your potential. I really feel like they're going to be the voice to uplift you, bring you a little bit out of the zone, and yeah, sharing with you love, encouraging words. And I can see that it's going to mean a lot. Let me put it that way. This is something I feel so strongly. Your future spouse is going to be a great supporter of you when it comes to you becoming your greatest version. Of course, at the end of the day, it is your journey to go. You are the one who's going to transform into this greatest version of yours. But it's so nice to have people around us who, you know, hold our hand throughout the journey and support us during the process, right? And this is the kind of energy that I'm feeling here when it comes to your future spouse. Okay, that's all. I am not getting anything else. So, my dear, let's start with your candle wax reading. And let's see, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse, my dear? As always, my dear, as always, please give me a moment to tune into the energies in here for my beautiful pal one. Who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? Let's see. The first thing I'm hearing is that one thing you're going to love about your future spouse, my dear, is the fact that they're very action oriented. This is the kind of person who may not speak so much when it comes to what they want to do, but they're going to show you with their action. And I feel very, very strongly that when this person promises something, they mean it. They don't just, you know, throw these things around mindlessly or without any meaning. When they promise you something, when they say they're going to do something, action will follow. I'm hearing this is one of the most important traits for someone watching in a partner. Someone watching has experienced the complete opposite. People who were only talking, but no actions really followed that confirmed all the talking. I'm hearing empty promises even. So this is, if this resonates with you, then that's definitely a trait that you're going to appreciate about your future spouse very, very much. Another thing that I'm getting here for you, my dear pal one, is that someone around you may be a little bit doubtful when it comes to this connection, or when it comes to your future spouse for some reason. Maybe there are some differences that this specific person sees that may, well, let me see. Is it differences? It doesn't have to be differences. What is this about? For some reason, one second. I need to understand this better. Okay, for some of you guys, it could be differences, but I feel like it's not so much about your future spouse and you, but it's really about the person who's gonna have those doubts. It's kind of like this person projecting things onto you. So, for example, someone may, whoever this third person is, they may try to talk you a little bit out of this connection, or they may come with like negative words towards your future spouse or trying to put something into your mind, and it's coming from an insecure place. Whoever this person is, they're very insecure regarding something, and they're kind of trying to project that on you, my dear. So be mindful of that. There could be someone who is trying to mess things up for you for some reason. I feel like it's gonna be this is a woman for this is like so random and so specific, but yeah, just keep that in mind, okay? Of course, be open to other people and what they have to say, but keep in mind that, like, look at your own thoughts and stuff like that, right? Question what other people may tell you. Don't just take them for facts. But I see that you won't. I see that you will look through it. You will understand that this person, there's something going on with them, and they're trying to kind of mess things up for you. And I feel like your future spouse is also going to be very protective of you, because maybe you're going to share this with your future spouse, you know. I don't know why, but I'm getting envious energy coming through. This person could be a little bit like jealous of yours and your future spouse's connection. Oh my goodness. I wanted to focus on who you will marry, and I'm getting some extra messages coming through here. Okay. But speaking of the doubtful energy, one thing I can say is that your future spouse is someone who will not doubt this. They will not doubt your guys' connection, and they will be pretty sure about you and about, I'm hearing you being the one for them. Let me tell you, your future spouse is going to see you as wife, husband, partner, material pretty early on in the relationship, okay? In fact, I'm hearing during the dating phase, not during the relationship, but even during you guys like dating each other, they will already see you as a good partner for them. I feel like you and your future spouse's goals, or what it is that you want for the future, you know, how you want to live, the lifestyle and stuff like that, it will be very similar for you guys, and you're going to be able to connect on that level as well, because you want the same thing from the future, I'm hearing. Which is very, very interesting. Also, another thing that I would like to mention here for you guys is that for the majority of you guys watching, this is a new person entering your life, okay? And I'm saying majority wise because, of course, you know, there could be some exceptions there, but overall, the majority energy here is going to be a new person coming towards you. And honestly, you're going to be very excited about having a new connection, especially for those of you guys who feel a little bit like disappointed, or I'm hearing annoyed from the past relationships, and you want to get a new one, you know, you want to move forward, let the past relationships be in the past, and, you know, focus on what good things you could get in the future. Another thing I would like to also emphasize here about your future spouse is that they are a very passionate individual. This is the kind of person who loves to be in a relationship, someone who loves to be in a connection. And, you know, when they are in a connection, they love to open their heart and allow themselves to enjoy all the things that come with being in such an commitment, especially when it comes to, by the way, the spicy stuff, okay? I see that this is someone who's going to be very I can't talk, exploring, and yeah, they're gonna come through with a lot of new ideas for you guys to try and stuff like that. A very open-minded person here as well when it comes to you guys experiencing passion together. This is something I can see very, very clearly. Your future spouse is also someone who's very independent, I'm hearing. This is something which is very important to them. They want to be independent, whether it's regarding their career or maybe other aspects of their life, but they enjoy that very, very much. I feel like this person growing up, they were somehow very dependent on maybe their parents or a figure in their life, and this has really taught them to be more independent, you know, so they have more room for their own decisions and stuff like that. So that's interesting. I'm getting this coming through. Also, you guys, another thing I would like to mention here is if your future spouse in the beginning is gonna take things a little bit slow, okay? Maybe opening up to you in the beginning. Please understand that the reason for that is because this person has been broken before. I know why. It's a little bit difficult for me to talk since I started the candle wax reading. Yeah, it's kind of like they may not open up directly, they may hold things back. And the reason for that, as I was saying, is because this person has been heartbroken before in the past. And, you know, it's a way to protect themselves, to not just open their arms to anyone. This person really wants to be sure of, you know, whoever they allow into their life, to be sure that this new person will not end up like the last one, or they will not find themselves in a situation like in the past before. So this is coming from a place of self love and self-respect. They don't want to, I'm hearing, repeat the past. So they're doing this because they want to protect themselves. It has nothing to do with you. They just have to open up, okay? The way it feels safe for them, which of course is pretty understanding. So this is just a little extra message so you guys understand if you wonder, all right, in the beginning. Another thing I would like to say here is that I'm seeing two people dancing. This was something, like, I can't get this picture out of my mind, you guys. Two people dancing. What kind of dance is that? Well, it could be a romantic dance, to be honest. I'm hearing it's one that makes you both comfortable and is fun to do together. What is this dance about? Well, maybe for some of you guys, you're gonna meet in a social gathering, or well, it could also be this is just like a date, or I'm seeing kind of like a sweet memory coming through that will be very important for you and your future spouse. I feel like with your future spouse, you will be able to do things that maybe normally you don't do because you just don't want to appear like a fool, or you just don't think it's gonna look good, or you're good at it. You're holding back a little bit, maybe even staying in your comfort zone. But it's actually very refreshing. And it could literally be dancing like that. You know, maybe you're someone who thinks, of course, not for everyone, but this is just an example. Let's just say someone watching this, you think you can't really dance, or you haven't danced before someone, and then your future spouse like taking your hand, and you guys are gonna emerge in a very sweet dance together, and it's just gonna, yeah, be a very sweet moment. Your future spouse is gonna make you see beyond your comfort zone. There is something about someone's comfort zone in here. And they're not going to push you or force you towards doing something you don't want, of course. But I feel like it's more so giving you, like supporting you for doing the first step to see what's out there. So you can then go, yourself the way ahead. And you're going to appreciate it a lot, because through your future spouse, you're going to be, I would say, exposed to new experiences that otherwise maybe you wouldn't be exposed to, and you're going to enjoy it very much. There's a lot of growth in it. For example, traveling to a country you thought you would never travel to, or doing some kind of an activity you thought you would never do, but turns out it's actually very fun, or you're becoming very passionate about it, whatever it may be. But it's actually, I'm hearing a positive development. All right. So, my dear pal one, this is actually all I have for you guys for today. As always, my dear, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. And as always, if you haven't, I also invite you to subscribe to the channel. If you do, my dear, don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you may not get notified when I upload a new pick a card or candle wax reading. And my dear, as always, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, I invite you there as well. My beautiful pal one, take care, my dear. Hey pal 2, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, who will you marry, who's your future spouse. Now, my dear, as always, I've already meditated for you guys, but before we start with the candle wax reading, I would like to get you one oracle card from this archetype oracle deck. So let's see which archetype represents your future spouse the best. I really much felt drawn towards doing this today. I would like to get you guys one oracle card, so let's see. For my dear pal 2, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? One card, please. One card. Okay. And we have the Knight archetype. Interesting. And the Knight archetype says loyalty, romance, and chivalry, a love of honor. Wow. Wow, pile 1. Pile 2. What am I saying? Pile 2. Well, maybe you felt drawn to another pile as well. If this is the case, then feel free to watch it. If not, then as always, just stick with this one here. But going back to the Knight archetype, this is honestly a great archetype to have when it comes to a romantic connection or a romantic partner. My dear, this is someone, okay, very specific. I mean, the card is very straightforward. Someone who's romantic, someone who's gonna treat you, I feel like in a very gentle and respectful way. Also, this is the kind of person who I feel like has a lot of different love languages. So they like to express their love through a lot of different ways, because honestly, they have a lot of love to give, and it just wants to be expressed and experienced in different ways. It comes very natural to this person as well. So, for example, one love language of them could be acts of service. This could be someone who you're gonna see loves to do things for you, and they genuinely love to do so. they're not doing this because they're hoping to get something in return, or they have some kind of like motives and stuff like that. No, no. They love to express their love, and this is the kind of person who genuinely loves to see their loved ones happy, period. And someone who honestly would do anything for their loved ones as well. They love very hard, you guys. This person does not joke around when it comes to love, and I don't know why I'm getting that maybe in the past this person even has sacrificed certain things for their loved ones because they wanted to be there for their loved ones. So you see, this definitely is a very intense energy, but maybe for some of you guys, you would want to speak with your future spouse about it and let them know that you appreciate their efforts and stuff like that, but you know, they don't have to sacrifice something, right, in order to show you how much they care. But this person truly, they love, okay? I know why. Like, you know, when I said like sacrifice, I heard like maybe for a family member, like someone very close to them, they for example rejected some kind of a deal like in their career because they wanted to be there someone's birthday or for someone's graduation. I know it's very like very specific right now, but this is what I mean by sacrifice. Like sometimes they may put someone into a like more important category than whatever is going on with them. But I feel like you're gonna try to speak with them and let them know that, you know, they don't have to do this. It's important for them to also make sure that they put themselves first also. So this is very very interesting. It's almost like I'm tuning into a conversation you're gonna have with your future spouse, because you're gonna see how truly like gentle and pure this person's love is. And this is the kind of person, honestly, if the wrong people get to them, they could definitely take advantage of their good nature. So maybe this is why you're going to have a very important discussion with them or conversation with them in which you're going to make it clear that they have to set certain boundaries, or they have to think about themselves as well. But as I was saying, I also feel like, my dear, just going back to the love language aspect, right? So acts of service, as I have said. Also, I see gift giving. I feel like this person is very romantic and they love to surprise you. So they may gift you certain things that will make you feel, very cared for, or something very thoughtful that you will appreciate coming from them. Definitely a very romantic person, so get ready for the romantic dates and all the good stuff. I'm even hearing candlelight dates, so yeah, definitely. If you don't like romantic stuff, then this is definitely something you should also speak with them about, but I see that they love to be in that element. This is the kind of person who wants to honestly spoil their significant other. There is really no other way to phrase it here. I'm hearing they have a very kind heart. Your future spouse has a very kind heart. Now, my dear, I would like to start with the candle wax reading, so let me get you your candle. Let's see for my beautiful pile 2. As always, my dear, as always, please give me a moment to tune into the energies in here for my beautiful pile 2. What can we get about your future spouse? Who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? Let's see, let's see. The first thing I'm hearing here is that they like to provide. So this could be someone who likes to be the provider or likes to provide you with certain things. They love to be in this energy. It's not something that they feel like they have to do, but it's genuinely something they enjoy. This is someone who is also very thoughtful. They're very compassionate and they think about other people. You know, it's not the kind of person who just cares about themselves and that's it. No, they definitely also think about like others, their community, you know, their loved ones, for sure, but like it goes even beyond that. Someone who likes to see everyone well. You know, I've talked about this person's gentle heart, their pure heart coming through, and it makes a lot of sense because, yeah, this is genuinely someone who wants the best for everyone. But going back to the providing energy, I definitely feel that, okay? So this may be someone who wants to take care of you. Of course, as always, might take care to how it resonates because this is a general reading, right? But this is something I'm seeing here. Okay, that's interesting. I'm getting that some of you guys may actually literally want to, like maybe you're right now in the process, but you're trying to manifest someone exactly like that. Maybe for some of you guys, you're trying to manifest a provider or someone who has certain traits that I've said, you know, such as is romantic or is someone who cares about other people. I definitely see the element of manifestation coming through here. Maybe certain traits I've been talking about so far are on the list, okay, of the person you want to manifest into your life and stuff like that. I feel this very, very strongly. Another thing I would like to mention for you, my dear pal, too, is that this is going to be someone who will fall in love with you. Yeah. In fact, definitely mutual energy here. You guys, your love story will start with falling in love with each other, not friendship or maybe you giving them a chance, although you're not really interested, but you want to see where it goes and stuff like that. No. In this scenario, I see two people falling in love with each other from the beginning. You know what's interesting? Okay, now I'm getting a message, however, the energies are not showing me who is who. So you see for yourself how it applies to you, and in like depending on your situation, you can also reverse it. But I see one of you guys is more so realistic, and the other is maybe a little bit more dreamy, likes to daydream, likes to fantasize and stuff like that. And I see that both of each other, yeah, you're gonna add something to the other. So for example, for the one who's very dreamy, I feel the other person may ground you more, or the one who is gonna be realistic more so, the other person may actually make you, you know, expand your mind a little bit, allow yourself to dream, you know, allow yourself to make your mind wander, to allow your imagination to run free and stuff like that. This is something very interesting I'm receiving in here. So you know for yourself which one applies to you more, okay? Whether you're more so the one who's realistic or more so the one who likes to dream and stuff like that. In this energy, it could also be the case that you and your future spouse are somehow a little bit different from each other. All right. Another thing I would like to mention here, you guys are going to be very protective of each other. Very protective. Not only that, you're going to be protective of your, as I said, of each other, of yourself. Even I'm hearing of your home and family. So, of course, take it how it resonates. I know not everyone wants to maybe have a family, but if this message resonates with you, I see this coming through as well. I'm hearing we against the world for some reason. What is this about? If for some reason one of you guys is going to experience that someone is trying to maybe sabotage this connection or something like that, you guys are going to become very mindful of this, and you're not going to allow, you know, people to come in between us, excuse me, to come in between you guys and stuff like that, which is very interesting. I got this message, or not this message, but I got a similar message in pal 1 as well. So yeah, if you feel drawn towards the other pal, then feel free to watch it. But coming back to your energy pal 2, you guys are going to be very cautious when it comes to what you share with others. I feel like you're going to be that kind of a couple, which is, yeah, you're very secretive as well, like very private. Okay, secretive is maybe not the right word, but like private. That's something I'm seeing here. You guys definitely are going to be protective of yourselves and the relationship, and also keep certain information away from others. Maybe because that's just, you know, how you like it. You don't want people all over your business, or maybe you have relatives or people around you, friends and stuff like that, who sometimes maybe tend to be like a little bit nosy or all over your business, and you just want to keep the wrong, you know, kind of people away from you guys. But secrecy is actually a great thing that came through here. I really feel like your future spouse is someone who is very private, and maybe this person is very active in their community and stuff like that, and they socialize a lot, but they like to keep things, you know, private and stuff like that. They don't like people just up in their business, and that's very dear to them. Your future spouse is someone very grounded, my dear, and not someone who is like bragging, or someone who is very much in their ego. That's not what I'm feeling here whatsoever. This is someone who's very caring and understanding, especially also when it comes to people who are different from them. This is someone who gives people a chance, you know, even if they're coming from a different place, or they have a different like point of view. They're very receptive to listen and so on. So yeah, someone who's very open when it comes to learning, I would say. I also feel like they definitely enjoy to share their, you know, their resources and stuff like that with other people as well. Maybe give back to their community, you know, or definitely give back to their loved ones. There's no doubt about that. But this person enjoys to share, whether it's their time, their energy, or their resources, you know, they love to give, which we have seen already coming through, right? But there is also this financial aspect that I'm seeing here that they like to share, for sure. Yeah, this is actually all I'm getting, you guys. So today we have a shorter Who Will You Marry reading. Okay, doesn't want to turn off. Anyways, so my dear, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. And yeah, as always, my dear, if you haven't, I of course also invite you to subscribe to the channel. If you do, my dear, don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you may not get notified when I upload and you pick a card or candle wax reading. And my dear, as always, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, I invite you there as well. My beautiful pal too. Take care, my dear. Hey pal 3, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? Now, my dear, as always, I already meditated for you guys, and before starting with the candle wax reading, I actually would like to get you one oracle card from this archetype oracle deck, because I honestly felt drawn to do so. I really feel like I need to get you guys one card of this archetype deck so we can see what card, what archetype represents your future spouse the most. And of course, after that, we will start with your candle wax reading. My dear, even before starting, I'm getting already a message coming through, and it's that your future spouse is going to be very attractive to you, okay? This is something I'm getting already. You're going to feel very attracted towards them, physically speaking. Oh, not only one, please. I only want one card. Okay. Okay, and we have the bully archetype, and it says, highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. Okay, the first message that I'm getting here regarding the question who you will marry, who your future spouse is that there was a time in your future spouse's life in which they were surrounded by darkness. In fact, they could have been in a very dark place in their life, and it took them a lot of strength to come out of it, which is so interesting because, you got the Sun card, and honestly, from all the cards that came out, if I'm not wrong, it was only your card that I felt like could have some messages for you. And this is the Sun, someone who's bright, someone who is optimistic, someone who is so abundant in their energy. Honestly, someone who glows, literally, right? And it's interesting how this energy is the complete opposite. It's speaking of a darkness, but that's the point. I feel like your future spouse has grown out of this darkness, and now they're vibrating more like lighter, okay, than they ever have. It took them a certain period of their life to go through, maybe to come to certain realizations, okay, to reconnect with themselves, to be more confident, more sure of themselves, and just overall more believing in themselves than ever before. Because that's what sometimes tough times create. I mean, of course, while we're going through something negative, we will definitely be the last people to say that what we're going through is great, right? It definitely is not great. It's definitely everything but great. But sometimes those tough times can actually trigger, certain growth within us, or a lot of different events after events after events that bring literally a transformation with it. And I feel like your future spouse went exactly through that. They went through a transformation in which they grew into the Sun. However, they started off here. They started off in a dark place, and While I'm saying this, and this is like a metaphor I've used before, or something I've used to before to explain energies, but this literally feels like, when it's dark, like when it's nighttime and it's like pitch black, and you look at like at the sky, and the sky is super dark, but then there are these like shiny stars coming through that otherwise would not be visible if, of course, there wouldn't be this contrast, right, with the with the dark sky. Like the darker the night, the more brighter the sun, no, the stars shine, right? Or in the moon in some cases, if there is the moon, if you can see it, right? And it's the same thing with your future spouse's energy as well. It took some kind of darkness for them to recognize their light, and not only recognize it, but literally experience it and live it. And I'm truly getting a lot of gratitude coming from them, okay? Coming from your future spouse towards whatever happened here. It helped them grow. It helped them to understand themselves better, and also understand what they don't want. Interesting. I think this energy has something to do with a third person, or with other people. Okay, that's something I'm getting. By the way, it can even be maybe a breakup, or if it's not connected to a relationship, still I feel like a person or people could be involved in this. And you know what I'm hearing? This is incredible, because it takes so much like reflection to ever come to such a point, but I'm literally hearing this was one of the best things that ever happened to me. That's something your future spouse says. Not because it was easy, it was definitely everything but easy, but it brought a lot of things valuable into their life. Most importantly, it allowed them to become their greatest version. Wow. We're starting off pretty intense here, right? Now, my dear, I would like to start with your candle wax reading. So let me get you your candle. And let's see. As always, my dear, as always, please give me a moment. Please give me a moment to tune into the energies in here. For my beautiful pile 3, who will you marry? Who's your future spouse? What do you need to know about them? Let's see, my dear. Okay, the first thing that I would like to share here is that I heard someone who knows how to have fun, which is a great thing, right? So this is someone who I feel like is very alive. They have a lot of energy, and they like to bring it out. They like to explore, experience. This is the kind of partner that, maybe every weekend you may go to a different place, maybe eat new food, or maybe take a trip and stuff like that. Someone who definitely loves to literally enjoy life. And I'm hearing life is too short. Life is too short to not experience certain things, and not like in a negative way. I mean, of course, you don't have to do things you don't want to do, but it's coming from a place of excitement for life, For example, why always going to the same restaurants if there are so many different restaurants that have great food, or maybe are from different countries, to explore different cuisines and stuff like that. So this is the way they like to live. They love to explore. And they will definitely make you excited about this as well, especially if some of you guys living, yeah, if you're living a life that looks a little bit one-dimensional, or there is not a lot of excitement there, they will definitely show you a different way to live life. And I'm hearing you're going to enjoy it. That's very, very important. You will enjoy this. Another thing I would like to say here, my dear pile 3, is that I'm getting 2 messages coming through. Now, you have to see for yourself which one applies to you, because it's almost like it's either that or that, okay? So go with your intuition and see. But what I'm getting is that for some of you guys, this could be someone from the past, someone maybe you already know. And for others of you, this is a new person. Okay, so as I said, I'm getting 2 teams here. So you see for yourself which one applies to you. And of course, if you're watching this and you don't want anyone from the past, then of course you don't have to take anyone back from the past, right? You have free will. And yeah, you can then take this message for applying it to a new person. But that's what I'm seeing in here. This is also someone who's very generous. They may love to give you gifts. Like financially speaking, they're very generous. That's something I'm getting. For some of you guys, this is the minority of you guys, okay? So this is very specific. It doesn't have to resonate with everyone, but for some of you guys, there could be a slight age gap here. And this really depends on what an age gap is for you. Some people may think 2 years apart is already a big age gap. For others, maybe 10 years is not a big deal. So it really depends on, how you see it. This is the kind of person who always wanted to be married, or one of their life goals is definitely to be married. They see themselves, with the house, with the, of course, I get how it resonates, but for some of you guys, if you want kids, then, with the kids as well. But they definitely want some traditional kind of life aspect to be fulfilled. And in that case, we're talking about the marriage. That's very important to them. It's a desire. It's a desire that they have, which, a lot of people have, right? And concentrating here, focusing here only on your future spouse's energy, they're definitely also someone who want to be in a committed relationship. I feel like at the time you guys will meet, if you haven't met already, this person is gonna very actively looking for a potential partner. Now, they may not tell you, okay? They may not tell you, but that's what's happening within them. They look for their spouse, or they're looking for their long-term partner. Just for you guys to know. Yeah, I definitely see marriage in here, legal contract. Yeah. Another thing I would like to mention here about your future spouse is that this is the kind of person who can emerge into a lot of different things and create something great out of it. So let me explain. If this person would wake up tomorrow and choose to change their work field, for example, they will succeed in it, you guys. I feel like this is someone who they can start new things every single day, and they will know exactly how to go about things and how to make it either profitable or successful. This is the kind of person who's very versatile, and they can truly emerge into a lot of different things. They're very good at it. They're not only good at one thing, but they're good at many things. Maybe they're very handy, or maybe they're very like creative, you know, a lot of different things I'm seeing in here. One of the first impressions you're going to have of this person, of your future spouse, is going to be that there's something about them which is very masculine. Now, when I say masculine, I'm not speaking here about gender. I'm speaking here about their energy. Okay, so it doesn't matter who they are. Somehow you're going to get the impression that there's something about them which is very masculine. Could be a certain trait, physical or non-physical, maybe in their behavior, or maybe in their life experience. I don't know, but like something is you're gonna think is very masculine. This is also not someone who thinks too long for something and then like the opportunity, like they miss it. They take charge pretty quickly, and when they want to start something or go after something, they will not take forever. They will definitely take charge. Of course, they may think about it, you know, and plan something through, but they will not take longer than necessary. That's basically what I'm trying to say. And they will go in quick. They're also not very scared of taking risks, because, you know, sometimes taking risks can actually keep a person away from something, right? They may not do something because they're not quite sure how it looks with like the risks and stuff like that. But this person understands that, like, the most successful people in the world have all taken risks. And in fact, you know, if you look into their life story or biography and stuff like that, you will see that they have failed many, many times. But it's not about how many times they've failed, but it's actually about the fact that they didn't give up and they always continued. So this is very interesting. This could be someone who loves to read biographies as well, or likes to get motivated when it comes to other people's like success stories and stuff like that. This is the kind of person who likes to see certain people who maybe are already where they want to be as role models, okay? So just for you guys to know. Do you guys remember in the beginning I talked about this physical attraction that I got for you guys? That you will feel very physically attracted towards your future spouse? It's coming through again. So the physical attraction could literally be one of the first things you notice about this person. You're gonna feel very attracted towards them. I'm hearing they're hot. Maybe this is something someone's gonna say. Is there anything else? No. This is actually all I'm getting from it, dear pal 3. So, my dear, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. And yeah, as always, if you haven't, I also invite you, my dear, to subscribe to the channel. If you do, don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you may not get notified when I upload a new pick a card or candle wax reading. And my dear, as always, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, I invite you there as well. My beautiful pal 3, take care, my dear.